Did you know that according to a recent study, 80% of job seekers say they would turn down a job if the interview process was disorganized or unwelcoming? That's right, the signs are often there from the very beginning, if you know what to look for. In this video, we're going to uncover the top 10 warning signs that suggest a potential employer might not be all they seem. From vague job descriptions that leave too much to the imagination to a hiring process that's rushed as if they're trying to beat the clock, these red flags are crucial indicators that could save you from landing in a less than ideal work environment. We'll explore why a company that can't clearly articulate its mission may be a place where you'll struggle to find direction and purpose. And did you know that companies with a transparent pay policy are more likely to have satisfied employees? That's right, transparency is key, and we'll show you why. So buckle up, and get ready to arm yourself with the knowledge you need to spot these warning signs. It's not just about getting a job, it's about finding a place where you can thrive, contribute, and grow. Let's get started. Chapter 1, Vague Job Description. When you're in a job interview, one major red flag is a vague job description. If the interviewer can't clearly outline what your daily responsibilities will be, consider it a warning signal. A clear job description not only helps you understand what's expected of you but also reflects the organization's clarity and structure. When details are fuzzy, it might mean the role isn't well defined, potentially leading to scope creep where you find yourself juggling more than you signed up for. This can cause significant stress and confusion as you try to navigate your role without clear guidelines. Imagine going into a job where each day brings a new unknown. This isn't just challenging, it's chaotic. According to a survey by Deloitte, clear job descriptions can enhance employee satisfaction by up to 30% because they align expectations and reality. If your interviewer seems evasive about specific duties, it might be because the role is still being shaped or, worse, they're setting the stage for an unreasonable workload. Moreover, a well-defined role is a sign of organizational health. Companies with high levels of internal clarity are 3.5 times more likely to outperform their peers in terms of productivity and efficiency. So, if you're sitting there, and the person across from you can't outline what you'll be doing, it's not just a small hiccup, it could be indicative of deeper systemic issues within the company. Chapter 2, Overworked Atmosphere. An overworked atmosphere is another significant red flag during a job interview. It's often visible right from the waiting room. If you notice employees looking perpetually stressed, or if there's a constant buzz of frantic activity, take heed. An environment that perpetually runs on high stress is not sustainable and could lead to burnout. During your interview, listen for clues like "we wear multiple hats" or "it's a bit of a firefighting culture." These phrases might seem innocuous, but they often mean that the team is stretched thin. In a Gallup poll, 23% of employees reported feeling burned out at work very often or always, which significantly affects their job performance and overall well-being. Furthermore, ask about work-life balance during your interview. If the interviewer dodges these questions or emphasizes the need for flexibility with working late hours regularly, it indicates that overworking is the norm. A culture that values work-life balance, on the other hand, is likely to support your overall health and long-term career growth. Moreover, it's important to consider how this impacts productivity. Studies show that employees who are overworked perform significantly worse, with a 68% increase in work errors compared to their well-balanced counterparts. This not only affects individual performance but also the company's bottom line. Chapter 3, High Turnover Rates. A high turnover rate is a glaring red flag in any job interview. When a company can't retain its employees, it often points to deeper issues such as poor management, inadequate compensation, or a toxic work environment. If during the interview process, you hear a lot of talk about people recently leaving or positions constantly being open, it's time to ask why. A healthy organization retains its talent. Statistics reveal that the average turnover rate across all industries is approximately 18%. If the company you're interviewing with exceeds this figure, that's a cause for concern. High turnover not only disrupts the continuity of service but also burdens remaining employees with increased workloads and pressures, often leading to further resignations. It's a vicious cycle that can cripple a company's morale and productivity. Moreover, frequent turnover can indicate a lack of career development opportunities or recognition. Employees thrive in environments where there are clear paths to advancement and where their contributions are appreciated. Without these, job satisfaction plummets. During your interview, inquire about career progression opportunities and employee recognition programs. The responses you receive can offer significant insights into the company's long-term viability and cultural health. Chapter 4, Negative Employee Feedback. Employee feedback is an invaluable resource when evaluating a potential employer. Before heading into an interview, check review sites like Glassdoor to see what current and former employees have to say. Be wary of a pattern of negative reviews, especially if they consistently touch on issues like micromanagement, lack of support, or unethical practices. In today's digital age, it's easy to research a company's reputation. A survey found that 84% of job seekers consider employer reputation important when making a job decision. Negative feedback, particularly when it comes to how a company treats its employees, can be a decisive factor. It reflects real experiences and often reveals more about the internal workings of a company than any interview could. Pay attention to how employers respond to negative reviews as well. Do they acknowledge and commit to making changes, or do they dismiss and deflect criticism? This reaction can tell you a lot about how open they are to feedback and whether they value continuous improvement. Companies that actively engage with feedback and demonstrate a commitment to improving are more likely to foster a supportive and transparent workplace culture. Chapter 5: Evasive Answers About Growth. When it comes to career growth, clarity is key. During the interview, if you find that the interviewer provides evasive or vague answers about advancement opportunities or professional development programs, it's a red flag. Employees should have a clear understanding of the potential for growth within an organization, and employers should be transparent about the pathways to achieve it. A healthy organization will have structured programs for skills development, leadership training, and career progression. Lack of clear answers could indicate that such programs are either non-existent or poorly implemented. This can lead to frustration and stagnation in employees' careers. According to a LinkedIn report, 94% of employees would stay at a company longer if it invested in their career development. Thus, a company's lack of focus on growth can also contribute to higher turnover rates. Moreover, ask specific questions like, "Can you describe the professional development resources available?" Or "How often do you review employee performance for promotion opportunities?" The specificity of the response, or lack thereof, can provide insight into whether the company truly values and invests in its workforce. Chapter 6: Poor Communication. Poor communication during the interview process can be indicative of broader communication issues within the company. This might manifest as delayed responses to your application, rescheduling interviews multiple times without clear reasons, or the interviewer seeming unprepared or disorganized during the meeting. These issues can reflect the organization's overall communication style and operational health. Effective communication is the backbone of any successful organization. It ensures that all team members are aligned with the company's goals and are able to collaborate efficiently. A study by McKinsey found that companies with effective communication practices were 20% more likely to report successful performance than those with poor communication. Pay attention also to how your potential colleagues speak about the company and each other during your interview. Are they respectful and positive, or do they seem guarded and dispassionate? The tone and content of internal communication can tell you a lot about the company culture and whether it's a place where you would want to contribute. Chapter 7: Unprofessional Interview Process. An unprofessional interview process can serve as a critical indicator of a company's overall culture and respect for potential employees. Key signs of a problematic interview include a lack of punctuality, disorganization, or disrespectful behavior from the interviewer. Such experiences suggest that the company may not value its employees or operate with professionalism. Moreover, the interview process should be structured and respectful, giving you an opportunity to understand the role in the company while also presenting yourself. A chaotic interview can be a symptom of broader organizational issues like poor management and lack of clear processes. According to a survey by Career Builder, 49% of candidates say they've turned down an offer due to a bad interview experience, highlighting its importance in the decision-making process. Be wary, too, of inappropriate questions or comments that could signal a discriminatory or hostile work environment. The professionalism of your interview is often a window into the company's ethical standards and workplace atmosphere. Chapter 8: Lack of Transparency and Compensation. Transparency about compensation is fundamental in any job interview. A reluctance or outright refusal to discuss salary, benefits, or other compensations during the interview process is a significant red flag. It suggests that the employer may not value fairness or transparency, which are crucial for trust and satisfaction in the workplace. When a company is open about its compensation framework, it demonstrates a commitment to fairness and equity. On the other hand, ambiguity around these topics can lead to dissatisfaction and distrust among employees, potentially impacting productivity and morale. A study by PayScale found that transparent pay practices are linked to increased employee satisfaction and reduced turnover. During the interview, observe whether the employer provides a clear and detailed explanation of the compensation package, including salary, bonuses, and benefits. Also, inquire about the criteria for raises and promotions. If the employer is hesitant to provide specifics or seems evasive, it might be a sign to reconsider the opportunity. Chapter 9: No clear values or mission. A company lacking a clear set of values or a compelling mission statement can be a warning sign for potential employees. Values are the backbone of a company's culture and guide decision-making and behavior. If these are not clearly communicated or seem absent, it might indicate a lack of direction and purpose, which can affect every aspect of working there, from employee morale to the quality of the products or services offered. During your interview, ask direct questions about the company's mission and values. See how the interviewer responds. Is there enthusiasm and clarity, or do they struggle to articulate these core principles? Companies that are passionate about their mission will communicate it clearly and consistently. According to research by Deloitte, organizations with a strong sense of purpose are more likely to achieve high performance because employees are united under a common goal. Additionally, observe whether the company's actions reflect their stated values. For instance, a company claiming to prioritize sustainability should have concrete policies and practices in place to demonstrate this commitment. Discrepancies between what is said and what is done can signal potential integrity issues within the organization. Chapter 10: Rushed hiring process. A rushed hiring process can often indicate desperation or disorganization within a company. While efficiency in hiring is important, a process that seems hurried, such as skipping interview stages or pressuring you to make an immediate decision, can suggest that the employer is trying to fill a gap hastily without properly assessing if candidates are a good fit. This can lead to a poor match between the role and the employee, leading to dissatisfaction and, potentially, another vacancy. Be cautious if an offer seems too quick or comes with pressure to accept immediately. A good hiring process should allow both employer and employee ample time to evaluate the fit. Additionally, a rushed decision can overlook essential discussions about expectations, role responsibilities, and company culture. These discussions are crucial for long-term job satisfaction and success. The Aberdeen Group found that companies with robust onboarding processes improve new hire retention by 82% and productivity by over 70%. Thus, a rushed hiring process can undermine these benefits, affecting both the employees and the company's performance.